Hello everybody and welcome to SSSDL Week 2. I'm going to start off with this by saying that I'm an idiot and I forgot to press record before our game, and I'm not going to lie, I think I filmed a really good video and I had a lot of fun reactions to this game. So I'll try my best in post-com to make this as fun as it would have been in the regular commentary. So yeah, sorry about that. But so as you saw in the team preview, I brought my 6, and Fable brought Iron Moth, Tinglu, Thunderous, Annihilate, Tapu Fini, and Mega Scizor. And yeah, let's start turn 1. So my thought process was I wanted to lead Jolteon and either Volt Switch out or get some screens up, because he really doesn't have anything that stops that other than Tinglu. And if he leads Tinglu, I just Terra Flying and click Reflect. So yeah, that was my plan. And he leads Thunderous. So here I'm thinking either I click Light Screen or I click Volt Switch. And I didn't really want to click Volt Switch because I didn't want him to go hard Tinglu, and I wasn't really too scared of what the Thunderous could do to me, so I just clicked Light Screen. And then he clicks Manual Terrain, which did scare me a little bit because of Moth. So I clicked Volt Switch the next turn, and I went to Basculegion because he wouldn't click Electric Move into a Voltorb Jolteon, and I predicted him U-turning. And basically what this did is it stopped Iron Moth from coming out, and by Iron Moth not coming out on these turns, that's at least 2 turns of Electric Terrain gone, meaning that, you know, Moth is probably not going to get to come out on this Electric Terrain. So that was my thoughts. He U-turns, he takes Life Orb Chip, which was big for me. The Life Orb Chip on Thunderous this game was pretty big for me. He then sends out Annihilate, and here I kind of misplayed. I was thinking about Rage Fist doing like 50 to me, so I was going to Shadow Ball and then get out of there. And he ended up having Thunder Punch, which did way too much to me. With Electric Terrain, I Shadow Ball, I get the chip in, and I just let my Basculegion go down, because it was my best Moth answer, which comes out here on the U-turn, but I didn't really have a switch in for Rage Fist on this turn, and I did not want him to get a free like 60% on something with Rage Fist, and I also was not predicting U-turn at all. So he does U-turn into Moth, he gets his Quark Drive off, and I go Flygon. So my thought with Flygon here is he's Quark Drive speed not because of booster but because of the terrain. So if I can set up Dragon Dance, I will be faster once the terrain is gone, which is exactly what I do, and he goes to Tinglu. And here I'm thinking I just want Earthquake Chip into the Tinglu. I thought about switching, but I didn't really want to get Ruinationed on something, so I just clicked Earthquake. And he took a lot less from that than I was expecting. He was leftovers, and Body Press did a solid amount to me. And then here I'm thinking that he's probably clicking Ruination, but my best play is to just go into Fortress, because that's my pretty much only Body Press switching other than Venusaur, and I didn't really want Venusaur to take any damage this early in the game. And I also was thinking, at this point, I'm down to Mon, and, you know, Flygon's getting lower, and I just don't like my position here. And I saw my out here was just getting hazards up. So I get out Fortress, I take some Body Press damage, barely anything. And then I click Stealth Rocks, because, pause here, I had a feeling that he was gonna go Hard Moth here. So I knew I had a free turn to set hazards, and with Thunderous being Life Orb and not Boots, it's guaranteed taking 25% plus his Life Orb. So Thunderous becomes much less of a threat. And just chip on, you know, Tinglu, and I was kind of assuming that it was Specs Moth, which led me to believe it's not Heavy Duty Boots, which is why I set up Rocks. Also just Rocks on Scizor and Fini, and just his whole team. Chip, I really need a chip. And then here I go Jolteon because I really didn't have a Fiery Dance switching once Basculegion was gone. And here I found out he's Life Orb, which was really big intel for me. Because it's not Specs, and I know he is not Boots. So then from here I set up screens. He clicks Dazzling Gleam, probably trying to catch my Flygon or my Chanpao, but I don't think I would go Chanpao on it. So here I got a free white screen off, and at this point I just clicked Wish, so that if he did Dazzling Gleam again I could Volt Switch and pass the Wish, and he clicks Fire Dance, which is fine. And then I go Chanpao here, and I thought about a couple moves here, but I ended up clicking Psychic Fangs. I almost did click Ice Spinner, reading the Tinglu switch, but I didn't want him to stay in and just Fire Dance and kill me, because as you'll later see, Chanpao is my win con, it's my way of winning this game, so I needed it for late game. So I do click Psychic Fangs, and I am Choice Band, so I'm forced to switch. And I go into Fortress, because this is really just my Tinglu switch in. And now I can just get up more hazards, because that's what I need in this game to win. And he goes Hard Moth, he takes a ton of chip, and I click Rapid Spin, because I, again, thought he was going Moth, and I also knew that this would get me back up to Sturdy, so I'd be fine, and I wanted to get him into range of Stealth Rocks if he did switch out. So now he clicks Fiery Dance, and here, I could have clicked Rapid Spin and killed him, but I know he's Life Orb. So either I kill him and I have 1 Spike and Stealth Rocks and a 1% Fortress, or I get up a Spike and then let him kill me with his move, and then he dies to Life Orb. So basically I ended up just profiting 1 Spike for 1% of Fortress, which was fine with me. It also gave me a free switch in, which I went into Chanpao because that's pretty much the best Pokemon into his whole team. And then here I went hard Venusaur because I was expecting a U-turn, to be honest, but he clicked Close Combat, which was even better for me. And then here once again I just clicked Synthesis, expecting another U-turn. He clicks Defog, which was by far his best play. I was not expecting him to bring Defog, and that's why I set up so many hazards, is because Scizor was his only removal, and I didn't think he would bring Defog this game. But he did, which was a great bring on his part. And then here I just clicked Earth Power. I almost clicked Sludge Bomb, expecting the Thunderous switch in on the Earth Power, but I just needed the chip on Scizor, so I thought Earth Power was the safe play. And then he goes into Annihilate, and then here's where things get dicey, because he's gonna start Drain Punching and getting little bits of health back, and those little bits matter, trust me. He gets 5% back, and I Giga Drain him. And his Rage Fist is getting stronger and stronger every turn. Gets up to 40. And if he didn't Drain Punch on all those turns, I could have Giga Drained right here and just killed him. But here, Giga Drain wasn't even a guaranteed kill. And Rage Fist was really scary, so I sacked Flygon, because I didn't really see what Flygon did the rest of this game, especially because he was adamant. He could have Thunder Punched Feeny for sure, but there was no guarantee I was even faster than Feeny with Adamant Flygon, and I just didn't see a way I would get Dragon Dance up, so I sacked him, and I went Chanpao, because Ice Spinner is super free. Yep, I got the Ice Spinner off. He goes Hard Tinglu, which was a risky play, but I can maybe see what he's trying to do here. I think you just go Tapu Fini every single time. Then from here, I got another Ice Spinner off, Dead Tinglu. And he goes Scizor, so Bullet Punch kills me obviously, so I have to switch. Go into Venusaur. He Close Combats again. I don't know why he Close Combated, because if I stayed in an Ice Spinner, I just killed him. So, or not Ice Spinner, if I stayed in and Sucker Punch, I would have just killed him. So that was a really questionable play, but that's okay. Then he stays, clicks Close Combat, then he switches to Thunderous, which I was waiting for. I almost clicked Sludge Bomb on this turn again, but I just didn't want him to stay in and do more damage to me. And then from here, I made the play to Chanpao because I was expecting him to click Psychic with Thunderous into Venusaur, because that was pretty much the way I lost to this thing, was if he brought Psychic. And especially because I saw Life Orb, I was definitely expecting Psychic. But he clicks Prankster Thunderwave, which doesn't work because I'm a Dark type. If he ran Defiant, that Thunderwave would have won the game. But obviously I can see he needed Prankster Electric Terrain, and so that makes total sense. And you wouldn't expect Chanpao to be a dark type switch-in, so I can definitely see why he would click Thunder Wave. Then here he goes into Feeny, which was, yep, just Ice Spinner. I was just spamming Ice Spinner at this point, getting rid of the terrain. I go into Venusaur, he Moonblasts, and this is kind of where the Chanpao to Venusaur swapping around happens, because I just need chip on everything and I can't let either of them die yet, because I need Venusaur for Tapu Fini and I need Chanpao for pretty much everything else. So here I click Giga Drain, I get a little bit of health back. And then, so here my thought process was, I need to be above, I think it was 65 to take a Rage Fist from Annihilate. So I Sludge Bomb and I kill him. He goes into Annihilate. I go back to Chanpao because I can take a Rage Fist. And then from here, click Ice Spinner once again because I knew it was just a free hit. And now here is where it got interesting. So I know I thought about this for a little bit. I almost thought about sacking Chanpao, but then I realized that then I just lose the game. So my winning play was to go into Venusaur and try and win from there. He gets a special attack drop, which was really unfortunate, but it's okay. From here, he clicks Protect. But yeah, again, I was just thinking I need to be over 65, so I click Synthesis because I just need to be over 65 to win this game. And he clicks Nature's Madness, which was really bad for me, because I Giga Drained and I got to 65, but now, if I click Synthesis, which I did, and I Giga Drain again, there was a roll where Giga Drain killed, and I really needed it to live on 1 so I could Synthesis again. And, of course, the one time I don't want to roll, I get it. So Giga Drain kills, and I'm at 61, meaning I died to Rage Fist. And then here, again, I thought about going into Chanpao and sacking, but then I just realized that there's no point of that. Venusaur loses. So I sack Venusaur, and then I go to Chanpao, and before this, I didn't even think about this, and then I realized that I have Sucker Punch. And then all of a sudden, I go to Calc Mega Scizor, and I realized that Sucker Punch killed it. And obviously I got super hyped in the video, so I'm sorry that I didn't end up recording that live, but got really excited. I come in, I Sucker Punch, I kill the Annihilate, and then he sends out Mega Scizor and Sucker Punch kills, and that's the game. Hell of a game, Power Fable, GG's. I mean, you played really well. Nature's Madness was really great on this. Close Combat Scizor was a great Bring T-Fog too. Electric Terrain was really cool to see. And obviously Annihilate put in work against me, so yeah, shout out to Mega Venusaur and Chanpao. These two won a 2v4 basically, double teamed against these four and just pulled it out. Shout out Basket Legion, the main sack, and the reason also I won this game because of that Shadow Ball chip on Annihilate. And yeah, that's it for the game. Sorry again for missing record. Hopefully next week I won't miss and we can have a full live comm. But yeah, we are gonna start the season 1-1, and I will see you in week 3. Peace.